Just want to welcome everyone to the Stacy A. Cross podcast show. Whether you're listening now or later, it is always the perfect time. I am Stacy A. Cross, and there is no E in my name. Are you a comfort killer? Where are my comfort killers? Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you are listening, it is always the perfect time. I am Stacy A. Cross, and there is no E in my name. My mission in life is to teach millions how to get uncomfortable, to think better, act better, live better. See, I overcame a 9-year gambling addiction, got my life back, work alongside great people in business and out of business, started this awesome company called The Comfort Killers, the leader in self-improvement and learning solutions to help individuals, groups, and organizations accelerate growth, accelerate performance. You can find all my works on the domain, thecomfortkillers.com, and you can find this podcast, The Stacy A. Cross Show, on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Podomatic, Google Play, any podcast player of your preference. Just go ahead and subscribe, go ahead and share it, go ahead and leave a review. I am asking you because you could help take this show to number 1. You have the power, baby, and I appreciate that you're here with me today. In this episode, we are discussing how to handle stress and anxiety to accelerate your performance in life and business. All the resources will be listed in the show notes for your convenience. If you would like to sponsor an episode just like this one, please send an email to hello@thecomfortkillers.com. And as a reminder, this and all my shows release every Thursday at noon at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's new at the Comfort Killers and the Comfort Killers Academy and Stacy A. Cross and the whole shebang? Well, what's new is that the Comfort Killers book will be released on Valentine's Day. That is my first book. Oh, feels great. If you're writing a book, if you have anything going on in business and life and you're moving up, you're progressing, if this is helping you, just please send me an email. I would love to know what's happening, what's going on. Just send me an email. If you're, do one better. Go ahead and send me in mail. Write it. Type it. I love those. I love receiving them. You could mail me at The Comfort Killers, 4431 Main Street, P.O Box 29103, Philadelphia, PA 19127 is the zip. And before I forget, I am currently reading Make Them Believe by Dan Kennedy and Chip Kessler. So the E is for energy. So let's get into today's show. How to handle stress and anxiety to accelerate performance. Look, it's the holiday season. We are embarking on a new year. It's no doubt that stress is a reoccurring theme in our lives, work and business. It's also no doubt that stress, bad stress, and all anxiety inhibits us from performing at our best. Our decisions are muddled. We cannot think clear. Behaviors are less likely to move us forward. We sleep more, constantly worrying. I understand. That's why I wanted to bring this episode to you before the new year. And next week will be the final episode of 2017. And in that episode next week, I'm moving ahead of myself. But in that episode, I'm going to give you a comprehensive guide to success. See, I get stressed out. It's hard for people to believe that. People say, Stace, you're so cool and calm and collected. Nothing ever gets to you. Little do they know, I sometimes want to smash a plate, a cup, a wall, or worse, I want to smash someone's face. Life is all about challenges, learning, and experience. Without it, life would be boring, and we would all be robots. So in order to keep things interesting and fun, we are faced with ups and downs. Just like the seasons change. We are here to evolve. Do you remember the old saying, iron sharpens iron? Well, that's what it's about. We find ourselves in circumstances and situations that require some sharpening, whether it's physical sharpening, mental sharpening, emotional sharpening, or spiritual sharpening. We are faced with experiences when our expectations differ from reality. This causes us stress. I'm going to say that again. This is stress. Experiences when your expectations differ from the reality or circumstance that you have right in front of you. It causes stress. So how many people in the U.S. are stressed? Okay, this is from American Psychological Association, the APA. How many people in the U.S. are stressed? Nearly a quarter of the U.S. adults said they were under extreme stress. This is in 2015. And that was up from 2014 by 18%. So in 2014, 18% less said that they were in extreme stress. 2015 was a stressful year for many Americans. According to a new survey from the American Psychological Association, average stress levels in the U.S. rose from 4.9 in 2014 to 5.1 on a 10-point stress scale. People are stressed out. There's no doubt about it. The kids, the job, the family, the health issues, the money issues, the bills, the people around us, the traffic, the man at the corner asking for money, the woman in the grocery store, beat you to the cashier, the little things, the big things, the ache in your back, the media, politics can all bring extra stress to us. The holiday season, stressful times. We are living in a tick-tock society where more time is spent flipping through our phone than communicating with people and confronting some of the issues we are facing. Here's a quick story I call the issue with the cop, not the PPA story. This just happened. I'm outside. I'm enjoying the cool air. Okay. And there's a couple vans, PPA, which is the Parking Authority, Philadelphia Parking Authority. And they were putting up a new sign and they were adding a coin machine, what is that, the meter machine, to one of the posts on the street corner. A guy comes running up to him with a ticket in his hand. Hey, I just got this ticket. It's so freaking, couple explicits there, couple explicits here. These are the wrong people to speak with. So they're trying to tell him, no, a cop gave you a ticket. Not even, it wasn't even one of us, man. First of all, we're not even in that division or putting up these signs, but it wasn't one of us. And this young guy kept talking and he's like visibly stressed out. And he goes on to say, I lost my cat. The car was on. It was idle. I lost my cat. I was just dealing with that. I lost my job. And he goes into this whole thing. And again, the issue ain't even the cop. It's not the PPA group. It's not the cop. The issue is with maybe losing the job. It spawned all this. Then you lost the cat. Then now you got to pay. He said it was a $50 ticket. I'm here taking this all in. It's a $50 ticket. Stressed out. And it causes us to act irrational. See, we can't think. We're going to run up. We're discussing things and problems with the wrong source. Here's another quick story I call How Do I Complain to Security? I was standing out front of my resource center and a young lady comes up and says, I want to complain to security. So I said, well, those are police down there. You want to, if it's a security related issue, you should probably go talk to the policeman. And she said, no, it was because of them. Oh, so you want to complain about the cops. Okay. So first, right away, she can't even differentiate who's a security, who's a policeman. Okay, that's fine. So I said, maybe the police department is right down the end of the terminal. Where? Down there. You see, when you add more work to it, everyone wants to stop. But she goes on to say, Every time I come to Pennsylvania, I have a bad experience. Every time I travel out of Philadelphia airport, I have a bad experience. She's already stressed out coming. Before she gets there, she's already stressed out. So, of course, she's attracting all this extra stress. Because if she said that to me nonchalantly and said, hey, I'm already, like, every time I come to this place, I have a bad experience. But she goes on to say, we were parked right there. A friend of mine dropped me off. I go outside. I go handle something. She muffled that sentence up. So, see, a lot of people don't understand when you start speaking in parables around a certain concept or sentence or thing that you're trying to tell me, then I know that you'll probably feel guilty about that part, because that part is the problem part, you know? She was like, yeah, I got it because I had to go get the okay. And he came and gave her a ticket. I said, okay, so he came and gave your friend a ticket that was parked there waiting for you to come back from doing just like that, just gave a ticket. He didn't talk to her. Oh, no. He said for us to move. We moved. And you moved and he still gave you this doesn't make any sense. Well, how do I complain? I said, call the city. Now it's really hard. You know, and so I'm looking at it like, are we putting on the extra stress on ourselves? Here's another story featuring me. You're about to get a diversion from Kingston, Jamaica. You know, if you don't know, my resource center is the airline. I'm a leader at one of the largest growing airlines in the domestic routes. Okay. Domestic and international. And right out of Philadelphia, based there. And on a perfect day, I mean, the skies were beautiful. Things like this happen all the time. Hello, just to let you know, Kingston is diverting there. They need fuel. JFK is a little backed up with traffic, so they're going to be diverting there. Just want to give you a heads up. Okay. See, when I get diversions on my watch, on my clock, it's all happiness. So I get on the radio and I tell my staff, I say, hey, guys, it's about to get beautiful. We have a diversion from Kingston, Jamaica coming. It's landing upon us. Let's get a plan together and let's smash it. Who's ready? Oh, man. I just look at things differently. But I'm telling you, the plane diverted and they canceled there. That's one of the worst nightmares. Like, you belong in New York. This is Philadelphia. The pilots can't go any further. You thought you were going to come for fuel, but now you're staying in Philadelphia in customs for 2 hours with no clear source on how you're going to get back to Jamaica. I'm sorry, JFK. So it's all on me. I'm the leader. Of course I'm supposed to be stressed out. Of course I'm supposed to be yelling. Of course, but I'm going to do the opposite. I'm not going to let this thing take over my mind, take over my mindset, body, everything. So, of course, the people start coming out. 100 people, 100 customers, big bags. And as you know, I'm Jamaican, so I was able to kind of communicate on a different level. But it was supposed to be bad. What turned out to be a 3.5, 4 hour flight was now a 7-hour ordeal. People were pissed off. See, I felt stressed out, and here's what I did to cope. I made jokes and laughed. People think I'm crazy all the time because I try to find humor in not so funny situations. Who said it wasn't funny? The TikTok mechanics said it wasn't funny? When I tell folks, hey, leave all your Jamaican rum behind with me, leave all your sorrel. See, they know what sorrel is. Everybody that comes up from Jamaica comes back with a thing of rum and all the drinks you could drink, because they got it at duty free, right? The sorrel, the rum, the tambourine balls, you know? So I made jokes with that. They laugh. They could kind of get they're kind of stressed out. I understand. So, hey, let's kind of get comfortable. I I take 5 minutes to decompress. No matter how bad any situation is, you could always find some time to yourself to breathe, decompress, sort out what's real and what's not. Okay, what's real is that there's a plane on the ground here that's not going anywhere, and we're going to find solutions. See, a lot of people came up to me, well, what about my compensation? What about the millions of dollars I'm going to sue you for? Hey, listen, this is what's real right now. Real is me focused on the solution to get you back to your destination. That's the only thing. So I don't focus on the other things. When people start getting crazy and hyped and they're talking about other things that's not reality in front of me right now, we cannot discuss it. Because that's going to stress both of us out. Let's just focus at the task on hand. See, stress comes from continuously piling on new stupid, fake information that really don't mean shit on top of old information, fake news that never meant anything. See, my philosophy is that if you're not seconds away from death, you're not halfway seeing the other side, there's no reason to stress out. And I adopted this philosophy after, I was stressed out. I'm going to tell you that story in a bit, but I was stressed out. The reason why we fear death is because it is an unknown. Most of our stresses are known. Things don't pop up. We already pretty much, we pretty much know what's happening in our lives. Very predictable. So there's predictable stress. In August 2017, the American Psychological Association, the APA, conducted its annual Stress in America survey to investigate Americans' relationship with stress, how stressed they feel, what keeps them up at night, and how they deal with the stress in their lives. The survey was conducted by Harris Poll on behalf of the APA. APA has conducted the annual survey for more than a decade, and money and work have consistently topped the list of stressors. In 2017, however, after adding a question with a list of additional stressors, the survey revealed a common new source of significant stress: the future of our nation. While the public's overall stress level remains the same on average compared to last year, Americans are more likely to report symptoms of stress. This was taken from, I'll give you the resource in the show notes. The State of Our Nation, Stress in America. It actually was released a little over a month ago, November 1st, 2017, by the APA. So I just have this and just giving it to you raw. Money and work are the top stresses in America, and now introducing politics and the future of our nation. When asked what specific, according to this survey here, when asked what specific issues in our country cause them stress, Americans' most common responses were healthcare, and the economy. Additional issues causing stress for about 3 in 10 Americans include trust in government, crime and hate crimes, and terrorist attacks in the United States. Here's another thing. Around 1/4 of adults, 28%, cited high taxes as the source of stress, while 1 in 5 Americans cited unemployment and low wages. So the highest percent was healthcare, 43%. Second to highest was the economy. See, the thing is, though, if you ask the 35%, what is the economy? What's the economy? How do you define the economy? Could you, in your own words, tell me the concept of an economy? They cannot do it. So I'm saying to you is, you're stressed about something that you don't know about. More than half of Americans, 53%, exercise or take part in physical activity to cope with stress, a significant increase compared to each of the past 3 years. This is according to the APA in a study in the State of Our Nation, the stress report. One coping method is on the rise, with 12% of people using yoga or meditation to manage their stress, compared with 9% in 2016. So there's a shift in people, and you could call it the shift in stress relievers, quote unquote, but I think that's a shift in consciousness, knowing that we're able to align with ourselves by meditation, by breathing exercises, and poses through yoga. So it's a big boost, okay? Because right now we're at 12%. And last year, 9%. So we got a shift in that. Some stress is good stress. Again, just to let you know, we live in a TikTok world, and we need to be pushed in order to deal and overcome with the mechanics of this world. Remember, iron sharpens iron. For instance, I am stressed about not living up to my potential. Back then, I gambled way too much and was stressed out at the outcomes. I was stressed out. I did the thing, I stressed out. This stress caused me to overcome gambling and start a company. See, from the stress, I was able to use that stress and say, no more. Stress is simply a response to change. Again, and that could be a physical response, right? Again, a certain expectations against a reality that was not expected. What is stress? For me, and what I know, it is that a certain expectation didn't live up to the reality that you have. Boom, stress. The body and mind responds to the difference. The body and mind responds to the difference. The good stress that I felt as a response to the change, okay, I wanted this life. I gambled my way thinking that I was going to get that life. I didn't. I became stressed out. The change, the difference in reality, I was stressed out. As a response to the change, I became highly motivated. So this is good stress now. My performance was accelerated. I was always excited and ready to go. But just like motivation, it was short-lived, only for a short term. The term for good stress or positive stress is eustress. The term for bad or negative stress is distress. The characteristics of distress is being concerned or anxious. Performance is decreased. Short or long-term can lead to mental or physical problems. There was one time when I was totally stressed out. I had no job. I was living with my mother in the basement and not doing anything, totally antisocial, always irritable, didn't want to be around anyone. At that point, I got the sickest I ever gotten in my life. I was just totally sick. I had an ear infection, the flu. I lost my hearing, and I think probably both ears. It was so bad. All this physical decline was a byproduct of the amount of stress I was feeling. So that was a distress. So let me just give you this types of stressors to help you out. This was taken from mentalhelp.net. If you are interested in that resource, mentalhelp.net. So the types of stressors here, a negative personal stressor could include the death of a spouse, filing for divorce, losing contact with loved ones, the death of a family member, hospitalization from you or a family member, injury or illness, you or a family member being abused or neglected, separation from a spouse or committed relationship partner, conflict in interpersonal relationships, bankruptcy, money problems, unemployment, sleep problems, children problems, legal problems. On the other side, let's see these personal positive eustress. Here's some examples of that. Receiving a promotion or a raise at work, starting a new job. It's stressful, but it's good stress. Marriage, buying a home, having a child, moving, taking a vacation, holiday seasons, retiring, taking educational classes, or learning a new hobby. Some of the stuff is internal and external stress. So habitual behavior patterns that could lead to distress includes overschedule. You've got too much on your calendar. You're not finishing them, which causes what? Procrastination or failing to plan ahead. You see, when things are left open, undone, uncleared up, These things cause stress. Failing to be assertive. It's not living up to your potential. So how do you handle this bad boy like a true comfort killer? First of all, if you're listening to this and you need any type of medical attention, go get it. I'm not here saying, hey, listen, I'm the American Psychological Association. I'm here telling you how I handle stress as a comfort killer, as myself, my philosophies. So go get it if you need it. I'm not a fan, me personally, of going to the doctor every minute. So I do a lot of internal assessments. For example, I want clarity. So I'm detoxing. In fact, this is my 4th day now of detoxing. Detoxing takes a bit of guts because you are ridding your digestive system of all the garbage, parasites, worms. You're cleaning up your lymphatic system and everything else that has been stealing your joy and nutrients. The last time I detoxed or fasted was more than 2 years ago, and I felt like moving into 2018, I have to be clear, eating clean, and sticking to my self-disciplines. So one of the things that I recommend, maybe you need a quick weekend fast, a quick weekend detox, and just stick to that shit. Because I was groggy, irritable. Because it definitely takes discipline. A friend of mine, Thelonia C. Jones, just completed a 14-day, no hot food, no cooked food, all fruits and vegetable detox, and as a result got so much energy and clarity from it. When you are detoxing, you're putting your body through what appears to be a negative stress but has positive results, because once you pass that threshold, you're able to handle more. And furthermore, when you're over here detoxing, you ain't worried about you're not worried about nothing. You're worried about, how am I going to get past this next 4 hours, this block, because you're putting yourself through a real regimented discipline. You're not eating as you normally would be eating, and your body is trying to fool you. Hey, I'm going to give you a headache because I'm going to force you to eat. I'm going to give you a headache. I'm going to make you irritable. Your sleeping is going to be a little off. You're going to use the bathroom so much, so all of that to just say, hey, could you please eat some pizza and get back to normal? No, you're putting your body through good stress. Okay. So let that piece be there. I love detoxing. I think that, furthermore, it just builds discipline, and you need that. Definitely need discipline. Another thing is, I handle stress by only focusing on what matters and what is real. If there is something that is bothering me, I clear it up instantly. I don't carry it over into the weeks or months. For instance, you have a gut feeling, you feel anxious in your tummy. It's something that you need to clear up. Most of the time you are having these feelings because you didn't get something answered, or there are questions that you asked yourself that had no answer. Stop asking yourself a bunch of questions. This causes much confusion, which turns into doubt, of course, and then stress because it's not cleared up. And then you can't pinpoint it, Let's think about 3 months later. Where did that come from? I don't know. I have no freaking idea. I just feel stressed out because 3 months ago, you're supposed to do something. You didn't do it. You felt bad, got stressed out, forgot about it. Now you didn't clear that up. Now you're stressed out. Another thing is exercise. As we mentioned earlier, right now I'm detoxing, so I can't exercise. It's not right to exercise. I'm already fatigued and weakened. My body is using its own internal metabolism to keep me going right now because I'm not eating. I'm eating way less calories than I used to. So I can't just go pound the pavement right now and exercise. I do take a little 10-minute walk here and there, but I'm talking about exercising an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. I can't do that, but I do promote exercising. As soon as I'm off this detox, I'm going back to every day, just 30 minutes exercising. You feel good about yourself. The joy that you get from just completing it just changes your aspect. Plus, there's ideas, there's thoughts that come up that are positive, like, yes, I'm doing it. I accomplished this. I feel great. I can move forward. All these things are beautiful thoughts that help prevent stress. Well, eliminate it for the time being. Money. Go over your finances, no matter how small, large, impactful, or meager. Talk to people, though. We had a list of negative stressors, distresses, and some of them is losing a family member or, being hospitalized or losing a job. I know these things are highly stressed out, especially at a time period where people are depending on you, or it's the holiday season and you can't show up with the bag of gifts. And I understand it. I understand it all. I've ducked out on parties before in the past because I just couldn't afford the gifts, but I wasn't going to let it bother me. And that's the thing. It's just like if you live in those TikTok things bother you and you can't understand why you feel so bad. Why you feel so bad? Because the TV is telling you need that freaking gift. Everyone around you, they got to get that gift. Man-made holiday get you all fumbled, okay? If you don't got it, you don't got it. But don't be stressed out trying to get it when you don't have it, okay? If you love some money, finances, go over your finances weekly, daily. Weekly is good. If you love your job, hate the boss, talk to him, talk to her. If you hate your boss, love your job, talk to them. If you love your boss, hate your job, leave it. Talk to him, talk to her still. Communication is a stress reliever. Just speaking about a problem or situation clears things up, and you don't have to go beating around the bush anymore. And also take care of yourself. Self-care is huge. Come home, enjoy a nice dinner, light a candle, take a long bubble bath, get more money. Find other things to do in your spare time that doesn't involve watching the news or shows. As you've seen in the latest survey, there's things introduced like politics, wars, stressors of where's our nation going, our economy and all of this. And, we put that stress on ourselves by being open to it and just letting it dictate how we should feel. Turn off the TV. Go learn a new skill. Go start a side business. Get a hustle on. Get your freak on. All in all, you're not going to prevent you're not going to prevent it totally, because you need some stress in your life. You're going to be able to handle and control it. You're going to know when it is upon you, and you're going to do something about it. Please share and spread awareness of the Stacy A. Cross Show. I'm so happy that you were able to invest some time with me today. As always, I love to hear from my listeners. I appreciate if you lead me on all my socials at Stacy A. Cross, pretty much across the board. If you have any testimonies you would like to send in, I would love to hear it. Email hello@thecomfortkillers.com. One step further, send the snail mail. Love that. It's in the show notes. We have HD videos, all sorts of topics and interests and focus and how-tos and strategies and self-development and spiritual development, all on the Comfort Killers Academy. And you could join anytime by going to academy.thecomfortkillers.com. The Comfort Killers is a home of motivation, grit, success, power, perseverance, attitude, self-improvement, freedom, action, awareness. Join the Comfort Killer culture and community. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Subscribe to this podcast and stay updated on new shows release. If you just happen to stumble upon this show and don't know who the hell I am, and you want more, I put together a free starter pack. It houses all my best stuff just to say nice to meet ya. It has audios, articles, and much more. Visit thecomfortkillers.com/starter-pack, thecomfortkillers.com/starter-pack, or click the link in the show notes for your convenience. Remain uncomfortable. Listen, I am Stacy A. Cross, and there is no E in my name. Until next time,